Dr. Emma. Welcome back, everyone, to another thoughtful and honest conversation. I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. Jack. Today, we're talking about a topic that often sparks curiosity, confusion, and sometimes even embarrassment: anal sex, and why some women enjoy it, while others don't.
Exactly. People ask this question all the time. Do women really like anal sex? Or are they just saying yes because of social pressure, mainstream media, or wanting to seem adventurous? Is it about the taboo? Is it about curiosity? Or is it something some women genuinely enjoy for reasons people may not expect?
It's a fascinating question, because the answer isn't simple. Every woman is different. Some women really enjoy it. Some women strongly dislike it. And others feel somewhere in the middle, depending on the situation, the partner, and the experience.
That's right. And conversations like this deserve honesty, respect, and less shame. There's still a lot of stigma around discussing sexual preferences openly, and many people feel too uncomfortable to ask questions.
Today, we're going to explore what research says, what emotional and physical factors are involved, and why communication and trust play such a huge role.
Now, let's start with the research. There isn't a huge amount of scientific research specifically focused on this topic, but one study from 2014 looked at women's experiences and perceptions of anal sex. Dr. Jack. In that study, researchers worked with 32 women across 4 focus groups. These women were recruited from an outpatient drug treatment program and a community STI testing program. The researchers defined anal sex specifically as penetration of the woman's anus by her partner's penis. They used interviews and questionnaires to gather detailed information. They asked questions like, how often do you engage in anal sex? Who do you engage in it with? Is it with a casual partner or a long-term partner? They also asked whether substances like alcohol or drugs were involved, and whether women used aids such as lubricant, enemas, or sex toys to make the experience more comfortable. After analyzing the interviews, the researchers identified 6 main reasons why women engaged in anal sex. Let's go through them one by one. Dr. Jack. Number 1, being under the influence. Some women said they engaged in anal sex while using alcohol or drugs, which lowered inhibitions or made them more open to trying something new. Number 2, personal desire. Some women simply wanted to try it, or genuinely enjoyed the physical sensation or the psychological excitement. Number 3, to please their partner. Some women said they did it because their partner wanted to, even if it wasn't their own first choice. Number 4, to avoid vaginal sex. This could be to avoid pregnancy or because they were menstruating at the time. Number 5, in exchange for money or drugs. In some cases, it was part of transactional sex. And number 6, lack of consent or coercion. Sadly, some women reported being pressured or forced into it. That last point is important. Consent is absolutely essential in every sexual experience. Without clear, enthusiastic consent, it becomes harmful and traumatic. Now, while many women in the study said they had enjoyed anal sex at least sometimes, most still reported preferring vaginal sex overall. That tells us something important. Enjoying anal sex doesn't necessarily mean preferring it. Exactly. Women who reported positive experiences often mentioned 3 things repeatedly: lubricant, communication, and trust. Speaker 2.
Lubrication is especially important because, unlike the vagina, the anus does not naturally self-lubricate. Communication also matters because going too fast, ignoring discomfort, or not checking in can turn the experience painful very quickly. And trust is huge. Feeling emotionally safe can help the body relax, which often reduces discomfort and anxiety. On the other hand, women who had negative experiences often described partners as selfish, impatient, or uncommunicative. In those situations, the experience was more likely to be painful or emotionally upsetting.
Dr. Emma, there's also the psychological side. For some women, anal sex can feel exciting because it's considered taboo or different.
For others, it can create feelings of vulnerability and intimacy when done with a trusted partner.
And for some women, there may be physical pleasure because of nerve endings in the area, or indirect stimulation of nearby internal structures.
But it's equally true that many women feel discomfort, pain, or simply no pleasure at all.
So the honest answer is this. Some women genuinely enjoy anal sex, some don't, and some only enjoy it under specific circumstances.
It's not something women should like or dislike. Sexual preferences are personal.
The key takeaway is communication, consent, patience, and mutual respect.
If both partners are curious, open conversation matters. Talk about boundaries, comfort levels, and expectations.
If one partner feels pressured, uncomfortable, or unsafe, that's a sign to stop and reassess.
Healthy intimacy is never about pressure. It's about trust and shared comfort.
We hope today's conversation helped bring some clarity to a topic that people are often too shy to discuss.
And remember, asking honest questions about sex and relationships is a healthy part of learning and understanding each other.
Welcome back, everyone. We're continuing today's honest and research-based conversation about anal sex, female pleasure, and the reasons why some women enjoy it while others don't.
That's right, Emma. We've already talked about the emotional, psychological, and physical aspects, but now let's go even deeper into what the research says and why this topic is more nuanced than many people realize.
Before we continue, it's worth mentioning something important. A lot of people struggle with confidence, not just in the bedroom, but in dating and communication too.
Absolutely.
Many people aren't naturally skilled at flirting, expressing attraction, or building romantic confidence. These are learned skills. Dr. Emma, sometimes people need guidance. They need someone to teach them, show them, and help them understand how to communicate better.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Learning how to connect with others emotionally and romantically can completely change someone's dating life.
This isn't for people who are content staying stuck or feeling lonely forever.
It's for the people who are ready to stop repeating the same mistakes, ready to improve their confidence, and ready to attract the kind of partner they truly deserve.
Now, back to our topic. Diving deeper, no pun intended.
Even though many women in studies report preferring vaginal sex over anal penetration, that doesn't mean anal play is completely off the table.
Exactly. A 2024 study by Bedecated surveyed over 2,000 participants across North America and asked women where they enjoy being touched sexually.
Interestingly, 38% of women included the anus as an area they enjoy having stimulated.
That's a significant number, and it tells us something very important. Enjoying anal stimulation doesn't always mean enjoying full anal penetration.
There are many forms of anal touch and pleasure that don't involve penetration at all.
Another study from 2022 looked specifically at women's pleasure techniques related to anal touch. This study included over 3,000 participants.
Researchers found that women experience pleasure in different ways.
For example, 40% enjoyed something called anal surfacing.
Anal surfacing is light external touch around the anus, gentle stimulation on the surface without penetration.
Then 35% enjoyed anal shallowing.
That means minimal internal touch, very shallow penetration, maybe just the tip of a finger or slight entry.
And 40% enjoyed anal pairing.
This is when anal touch happens simultaneously with other forms of stimulation, like clitoral touching or vaginal penetration.
Dr. Emma, this research really highlights an important point. Pleasure isn't only about penetration. Exactly. Sexual pleasure is often about combination, context, comfort, and technique. So, why do some women enjoy anal stimulation or anal sex? One reason is anatomy. The anus and pelvic floor are rich in nerve endings. Gentle pressure or touch in that area can feel pleasurable or intense for some women. Another reason is the taboo factor. For some people, doing something considered forbidden or adventurous can increase excitement and arousal. There's also the emotional side, trust and intimacy. Anal sex can feel vulnerable. Some women may only feel comfortable trying it with a partner they deeply trust. That vulnerability can create a stronger emotional connection. And then there's combined stimulation. Dr. Emma, combining anal touch with clitoral or vaginal stimulation can intensify pleasure for some women. Now, while research is helpful, sometimes personal experiences tell us even more. That's true. Real-life experiences can reveal how complicated and personal sexuality really is. If I were to speak from personal experience, I'd say I'm fairly adventurous in the bedroom. Open-minded and curious? Exactly. I like exploring and trying new things. But when it comes to anal sex, I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle. Meaning? I don't strongly love it, but I don't completely dislike it either. So, more neutral?
Dr. Emma, yes. To be honest, many times I've done it more to please a partner than for my own physical pleasure.
And pleasing a partner can sometimes create pleasure emotionally.
Exactly. Knowing that my partner is enjoying it, feeling desired, and seeing him turned on can make the experience enjoyable for me, too.
So part of the pleasure comes from emotional satisfaction, rather than just physical sensation.
Yes. Physically, I wouldn't describe it as extremely painful for me.
More tolerable?
Tolerable, yes. Tolerable enough that I can enjoy the moment because of the emotional and visual excitement.
But not necessarily intense physical pleasure on its own?
Right. I'm not sure I've explored it enough to know whether it could become intensely pleasurable for me personally.
That's an important point. Sexual preferences can evolve with experience, trust, communication, and technique.
Exactly. Sometimes something people dislike at first can become enjoyable with patience and the right partner.
And sometimes it simply never becomes enjoyable. And that's okay too.
There's no right way to experience pleasure.
The biggest takeaway here is that every woman is different.
Some love anal sex.
Some dislike it.
Some enjoy only certain forms of anal stimulation.
And some enjoy it mainly for emotional or relational reasons.
The most important factors remain the same: consent, communication, trust, and comfort.
Without those, the experience can become painful or negative.
Dr. Emma, with those, it can become safe, pleasurable, and intimate.
And that's what healthy sexuality should be about: mutual respect and shared enjoyment.
Thank you for joining us for this honest discussion. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. Jack. Today, we're wrapping up our honest and open discussion about anal sex, pleasure, curiosity, and personal experience.
We've talked about the research, the emotional side, the physical side, and the reasons why some women enjoy it while others don't. But now, let's make it even more personal and practical.
Because real experiences often teach us things that research alone can't.
Exactly. I actually once shared a story about my first experience experimenting with anal play.
And first experiences don't always go exactly as planned.
Definitely not. One thing that surprised me was the reality of preparation, or lack of preparation.
Meaning?
Well, there was a little bit of mess involved.
Which can happen.
Exactly. It caught me off guard because I didn't fully understand the practical side of anal play at the time.
That's something people don't talk about enough. There's often curiosity and excitement, but not always enough education.
Right. So I learned from that experience. Preparation matters. Hygiene matters. Communication matters.
And understanding anatomy matters too.
Since then, I've had anal sex a few more times with boyfriends who enjoyed it.
Was it something you did regularly?
Not really. For me, it's never been an everyday thing. More of an occasional experience? Exactly. It's kind of like one of those special occasion things. Something you keep in your toolbox and bring out once in a while? That's a perfect way to describe it. So, where do you stand now? Honestly, I feel like I'm still exploring. Still learning what you like and don't like? Yes. I don't think I'm done exploring that side of sexuality yet. That's healthy. Sexuality can evolve over time. Absolutely. For now, I'd say I don't love anal sex, but you don't hate it either. Exactly. I'm somewhere in the middle. Open-minded. Open-minded enough to try it again with the right person in the right situation. So trust matters. A lot. Comfort matters. Definitely. Preparation matters. More than people realize. And communication? Always. So when we go back to the original question, do women actually like anal sex? The answer is, some do.
Dr. Jack, some don't. And many women decide based on trust, preparation, comfort, and the partner involved. Which makes sense, because pleasure isn't just physical. Exactly. Pleasure can be emotional, psychological, relational, and sometimes even situational. For some women, the vulnerability creates intimacy. For others, the taboo creates excitement. For others, it may simply not feel good. And all of those experiences are valid. The most important thing is understanding your own boundaries and preferences, and respecting your partner's boundaries too. If today's conversation helped you think differently or understand this topic in a new way, we're glad. We believe honest, curious, respectful conversations about sex are important. And if you enjoy this kind of open discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also, if you're looking to improve your confidence, flirting skills, or communication in dating, there are programs and coaches out there that can help. Because communication isn't only important in the bedroom. It starts long before that. Building attraction, confidence, and meaningful connection all begin with communication. And if you love extra stories, behind-the-scenes content, and deeper conversations, there are communities online where creators share even more personal experiences and advice. Those communities can be a great place to learn and connect. Before we go, I just want to say thank you. Yes, thank you for being part of these conversations. Your support allows us to continue learning, growing, and sharing honest content. And we truly appreciate every view, every comment, and every bit of encouragement. We'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.